You know it's going to be 20 years of Pow. Do you know that? Do you know that? In what do you call it? December, Lethal's doing a show in the Roundhouse. I thought it was a little bit longer than that. I'm not going to lie. I thought Pow was a bit older than 20 years, to be fair.
I didn't.
But 20 years is mental.
Pow is 20 years
old.
You mean 20 years ago, I saw a music video of people having the brand new apples that had the back off. Remember the blue apple on Channel U with the beautiful, racially ambiguous women?
Yes.
And then about 10 MCs in different environments. Look, bro, that music video changed my life.
That music video changed bare things.
Bro, everything.
Bare things. The rhythm changed bare things. It was like, from that point on, bare man had a different type of Pow.
Because you know that
from bare different ends.
Yes.
Bare different ends. There was all like different types of versions of it, essentially.
But that was grime though. Grime, there was so many. I remember like the 4-4 rhythm in North London where it had like bare man on it, and you couldn't wait to hear what a man's 8 was going to be or a man's 16 was going to be, no homo. So therefore you listen to the rhythm and there was loads of people off the back of it. You're like, my God, what do you hear what he said? And then it would be the whole conversation, who done the best. And those conversations happen from them types of rhythms, you know where I'm coming from. So I think Pow was just probably the best interpretation of that. And it was so early on that it set the presidency for how it should be moving forward.
100.
So if it happened towards the end of it, you'd be like, oh man. But it happened so early, it was like, this is how you start a rhythm. You're barking up the wrong tree. The spotlight's on me. It's like, whoa! Like,
do you ever remember the first time you saw that man do it?
What, live?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I should never have been there. It was something that was in Stratford, and my brethren said to me,
Stratford Rex. Was it one in Stratford Rex?
And my brethren said to me, not all of them are going to be there, but some of them are going to be there performing Pow. I'm like, what? When you heard Rude Boy for Just Circular, when I tell you the place went mad. My phone got robbed. It was mad. But then, it felt authentic after that.
Yeah.
I didn't get it back.
But man. I remember I saw them in random places as well. I remember one time I was at it's mad. It shows you how long I've known Hanif as well, which is crazy. Hanif is a very good friend of mine and also a business partner of mine too. And years ago, I was just hanging around with him. He was doing a lot of uni events and whatever and promoting a lot of things, And I remember one time I went with him somewhere to something that he had going on or whatnot. And I remember him saying, that I've got these lot performing Power and that, and I'm like, what? You got them? They're coming here. Anyway, I've got there or whatnot, and then like everyone's just dancing, doing their thing. After a while, see when the man came, the whole thing completely changed.
The vibe,
absolute pandemonium. Everyone, the level of excitement,
the vibe,
and the gas, mental. Mental. But you know what it also did? People felt like it was too gassy, and they tried to stop them from having that. Tried to stop them from having that moment. I remember I was DJing in area nightclub one time, and I played Pow, and a man's come up to me, promoters come up to me, turn that off. Turn that off.
It happened all the time.
Yeah,
it was banned.
Turn that off. Turn that off. I was getting that. Trying to play the rhythm somewhere or whatnot. They were not letting me play the rhythm, bro. Carnival. I think there was... Lethal might have to talk on this, but I'm sure that there was one carnival in particular where there was a ban on that rhythm.
Of course there would have been.
Because they was like, it's just...
They tried to stop that rhythm was too powerful. I'm talking, we broke our mum's clock.
Yeah. What,
because of that rhythm, and had to write a letter to my mum apologising, blaming Pow.
Serious?
What do you mean? Then she said she can't listen to it no more. So we waited for her to leave the house.
Yes!
Come on. Pow has to run. Yeah. So like, honestly, like, and then obviously if you was a mad lover of grime, because it was called the forward rhythm, obviously. They had forward too.
Yeah.
Kano's on there.
Yeah.
Lady Fury's on there. Like, and we should always discuss the real version of Pow that had that end verse that never made the original one.
Why, what was that?
You got the gun so shorted. And when the gun so
Oh,
shorted.
yes!
When the gun so shorted.
Oh yeah, shit! I forgot about that.
I would never forget about that because when you were in the dance,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
played that
off,
version.
off,
And that,
off.
I'm talking, man, that's one of the few rhythms that I know to this day that you wait to the
End.
end. Like right to the end. There's not
Yeah.
many rhythms that have the power for you to listen to the
Nah.
whole thing. You
Nah.
wait to the end for that.
Yeah, the first verse all the way to the end, mad.
And
Yeah,
people's
20
writing style, I have to sorry, Scott, their writing style was very, 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 very good.
Yeah.
Then I really liked it. It was almost like Rick Ross's, like a Rick Ross thing where every bar was a statement.
Yeah,
Like you're barking up the wrong tree, the spotlight's on me.
Yeah,
Do you know where I'm
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
from?
yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
the opening thing.
Yeah.
Like fuck no, like everything was empowering.
crazy.
Rude boy for just circle. The major could be draw for the meckle. You're like what?
Yeah.
Every single one was powerful.
Oh,
Check yours.
check.
Check. Oh no, so
Tell them what's going on.
you want
man.
Napper to come and he's a big guy, my bro. Shout out Napper as well, man.
He's in Dubai at the moment, now, isn't
Come
it?
on, doing his thing,
he's
lifting
doing his
everything,
thing, man. Big
fam.
up him, man. Yeah, 20 years
Crack your skull.
crack. Yes, crack is
I
still.
must be singing Eddie Caddy.
No, don't worry, man.
Oh yeah, Eddie Caddy. That is Eddie Caddy. Do you know what?
Oh, Eddie Kelly
no.
had. Well, Eddie Kelly had a little. I didn't know that.
It's too funny, bro.
Is it?
Do you know what? I
I
rate
missed
that.
that.
My bad.
No, it's not my bad.
Cool.
I rate that.
I was gonna young you, but obviously you revived it still.
Come on.
Big him up still. What are you doing there? What are you finding there?
No, it was just an article from The Guardian from 13 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was basically talking about how it was Lethal's. Here we go. Yeah, look, right here.
Like in the scene to rock. Mosh pit. Oh yeah. Do you know what? Because that was early mosh pit days still.
Yeah.
You know that the youth them start. What was it? The youth them started mosh pitting a little bit, maybe 6 years ago. It was 6 years ago. Nah, we was doing our own version of mosh pitting back then when Power came out.
And do you know what's so mad, yeah?
Um,
That's so sad that he says right there. Because
What's
we
it
go
say?
back to that. It says Bizzle says, likening the scene to a rock mosh pit, but club owners didn't get it, so they started putting up signs saying,
Don't play Pow.
I
Yep.
couldn't perform at an urban club for over a year just because of Pow. Now let's take a look at how dangerous that is and why you've got to credit him. At that point, he's done more fire.
yeah.
There's just him, two other guys. Song went off. Proper went off. By the time we've got to Pow, because even More Fire looks like Lethal's responsibility to me.
Yeah,
I could be
yeah.
wrong, I don't know. That's what it
That's what it
felt
came
to
across
me.
like, yeah,
That's how
yeah.
it came across. Then even Pow, because of the way it's positioned and the way he is on it, that also looks like his responsibility. So then it's like, and he's pushing not only them individuals forward, but I know everyone loves this word, but he's pushing the culture in terms of music. In that aspect, he's pushing it forward, bringing it to the forefront. But then he's getting into problems. And it's very difficult for there to be one person that knows how to present people in their best possible way. Some of them MCs will say their best moments came on Pow. And that was courtesy of Lethal B. Now, if he gets taken from doing that job, if he was allowed and encouraged to keep doing that, where's Fuming today?
Yeah.
Where's Jamuckaby today? Not to say that they're not doing something and they're not successful, they're not happy. Not to play down that. But I'm just saying the moment, because I don't even know how them man get into the scene in my eyes for me to properly be listening to them if it's not for Lethal.
Yeah.
There might have been other opportunities. They're doing radio sets and so on and so forth. But I'm saying Pow puts you at the forefront. And the man responsible for that gets told he can't perform that song for a year. Lethal will still be cool after it. D-Dub will still cool after it. But some of the guys...
a couple, you're so right. Because it's like a couple of them are able to pivot and be able to, you know, make something outside of it. Yeah. But it's like if you allow that moment to flourish the way that it's supposed to flourish, the other lot will get to at least be able to
have a career, bro.
Yeah, have something. Do you get what I'm saying?
Bro.
And their pivot might not necessarily be as big as what Lethal B's ended up being, but it would still be more.
It would still be more.
Yeah.
And then it's like and I feel sorry for people like Lethal, people for like Wiley, all of these guys that end up being quote unquote responsible, not responsible, but they go the extra mile for certain people, which allows them to have good opportunities. Then that person's not allowed to do it no more. That person now that was on that, you know, Wiley song or on that Lethal song, that they were banking on this being the opportunity, you know. They're in the hood, they're in a house, their mum's telling them you need to stop doing this thing. Their mum's seen them on TV now, their mum's believing in their dream. And then all of a sudden people call, you can't do this for a year. For them to have the confidence to even get there to do that, it probably took so much. And then you just strip it away from them.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, You have to rate these guys, bro, and rate everybody else that was able to persevere despite the fact that they were these types of problems, because that problem don't exist now.
No, of course.
They don't exist now. If any of these guys want to come forward and make a song, it's on radio the same day. It's in the club the day before. You're asking, how did he get the leak? Like, that is the time we're in right now. Whereas
Facts.
then people have to conform and change their music.
Imagine that, though. You get to the dance here and there's a whole thing that says, do not play that. Don't play it. Can't do it.
Look what business said.
What did he say?
Echoing the message of the...
What we look at the whole thing. Don't dismiss us. Bizzle says echoing the message of his... What? Donut. What happened?
He had a chain with a donut.
Oh, did he?
Maybe.
What was this? What did that signify? Do you know?
I don't know.
Reading the rest of it, though.
We've got more power than you have on the youth. You're a millionaire. Wait, you're a millionaire guy in a suit. Your life is good. You can't relate. These kids can relate.
Oh, fuck.
To people.
Sorry.
It's alright. It's alright, you messed
There
up.
is there.
This is my fault.
That's alright. It's cool. EA had a bit of a problem with his Mac. He got caught in the rain and it fucked him. These kids can relate to people like myself, Wiley, Dizzy, Tiny Temper, Tinchy. We're from council estates. We lived in these places where they live. Wait.
We lived in these places where they live. We know what it's like. We're the real prime ministers of this
That's
country.
facts. I remember him. I feel like I remember him saying that.
And I understand that. And do you know what?
Dizzy was echoing that at one point as well.
But then do you know what's so sad? And I'm not saying these guys are guilty of it. But when you see that statement right there, that's a statement that will be said by another rapper or another what have you moving forward at all points. And everyone relates to it at the time. But why is it then some people come out of that? Because I was even watching Vlad speak about something the other day. And sometimes I'm so upset with this guy. Like, what is wrong with this guy,
What was he
bro?
saying this time?
He was speaking about black people, yeah. And I was just thinking to myself, the only black people you're going to encounter due to who you are, you're a Ukrainian guy living in America, that's going to have an effect on your relationships. And then on top of that, how much money, finance, and where you are. So if you live a middle class, upper class lifestyle, your conversation about black people is not going to be a conversation about black people. It's going to be a conversation about privileged black people. But there's a hell of a lot more underprivileged black people than there are privileged black people. So when you speak about and you generalize the behavior patterns of black people, you're speaking about a smaller portion than the actual bigger portion. So you're always talking from a point of privilege. Now I say that to say this. What Lethal was saying there is a more accurate reflection of how a larger group of black people, especially the youth, are going to see these individuals. The moment you start speaking about it in a way where I'm like, you're not with the people, that upsets me, because at one point everyone was singing from this hymn sheet. So I always want to know, when these rappers start making music and it doesn't connect, I'm like, think about that hymn sheet.
Do you know what the unfortunate thing is? This is not, by the way, do not associate this with Bizzle. But I'm just saying that, like,
no,
sometimes these things, yeah, like these perspectives happen, and then sometimes people make money and their perspective just changes.
So, bro, and then what are you doing?
Sometimes they forget.
What are you feeding at that point?
They're feeding their flesh.
Jesus Christ, my charge.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, and it's just like, yeah, man, it's just, I don't know, man. That statement there is powerful, bro. We're the real prime ministers of this country.
I remember him saying that.
Because we make change. They made change. You reckon Powell didn't change more things than Tony Blair? I'm just saying. I didn't know anything Tony Blair said, but I know loads of things, Lethal.